All right, what's good, y'all? So today I'm going to be teaching y'all how to pitch. The best ways to pitch, what you need to do to, practice. Pitching, you don't really need to practice like batting. Like batting, you really need to get in there and practice before games. You're going to get fucked up. But pitching, you don't really need to practice. It's just about the mentality. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell y'all how to get that mentality and dominate people online. So boom. So out the gate, you have to get the rosters. I went over this in my hitting video, but for pitching, I guess you need the rosters too, so you can get the pitchers. So go to vaults, right? Go press R1, search up DD space 6/7, right? And so this should give you like the most updated roster of Diamond Dynasty players that you can use in custom practice, right? It should be by JR Strohs. He's the guy that makes like all the rosters and shit. This motherfucker is on his shit. So download this. Come back here, go to settings, go to file management, load up the roster. You don't want to change the sliders because to practice pitching, you don't want the sliders boosted up. Trust me. Boom. Load that up. Come down here. Go to custom practice. So this is gonna be the opposite of hitting, right? So in hitting, you would do Angels on away team and then Astros on the home team. But since you're the one that's pitching, you want to do Astros away team and Angels home team, right? So we come over here, boom, Angels, get in here. So for the demonstration, I think I'm gonna use Corbin Burns. I think he's like the most used, or the most common pitcher in Diamond Dynasty, and probably still good as fuck. So I'm just gonna use him. What the fuck? Let's use Burns here. Fuck. So he's not gonna cover every single pitching style, because he doesn't even have a fastball, but this, everybody has Burns, right? If you want me to go over like a different type of pitcher, like a guy that just throws gas, I can go over that too. But for now, we're just gonna be using the sinker cutter combo. I think the sinker cutter combo is probably like the best in the game, rather than like a fastball and like some other bullshit, right? Sinker cutter combo just fucks people up. You feel me? So I'm just gonna be showing you how to throw these pitches. Okay, so there are many different ways you can throw the sinker. So my mentality, I'll tell you all. So I don't like to throw in the zone if I don't have to, right? If this kid's swinging at everything, right? Why the fuck would I throw in the zone? You can get lucky, get a home run. And trust me, before I, got this mentality, I would just give up home runs to kids that would have 0 hits all game because I threw it in the zone. But when you throw it at the zone, it's less likely for them to hit a home run. Okay, so the sinker, you can throw it up here, right? By the way, for pinpoint, if you want help with like how to trace well, there's a demonstration, as you can see right there, and you want to wait for the dotted lines around the bottom circle there. You see that little circle? You want to wait for those dotted lines to close around the circle and then flick down to it. So boom, close. Okay, obviously I fucked that up, but like you see what I mean, right? So what I was saying is, you can pitch up here with the sinker. What this does basically is it makes it look like it's gonna hit the corners, and if someone's like really hyper aware that you're gonna throw like a high fastball, if you throw it up here, it looks the exact same, right? So throw your sinkers up here if they're like swinging at high shit, right? But sometimes if like a kid's ass, this doesn't do shit, right? You can throw the sinker on the inside here if a guy's a righty. This is probably my most common place to throw the sinker. I throw it here. I'll throw it right here. It's not supposed to go in the zone, but that's like a dot. If you want it to go in the zone. If you throw it here, it looks like it's going in the zone, and then last second it swerves out. It's really fucking hard to hit. Throwing in the sinker over here isn't very effective because it looks like it's going out of the zone all the way. That's why if you throw a sinker over here on the black, if you throw it like this, then it's like really effective because it looks like it's going out of the zone, and then last second, boom, it clips it, right? And so this is like a strikeout pitch for me, to be honest, because it, like, especially for players who aren't as good, like it just fucks them up because it doesn't look like it's in the zone, especially if you put it up here. Like, it does not look like it's in the zone. And then you can throw low sinkers, and this is kind of like to generate grounders for double plays. So, but this could also get rocked for a fucking home run. But yeah, this generates a lot of grounders. If you throw a sinker right down here, I fucked that up really badly. But yeah, okay. So now we're done with the sinker. Let's get into the cutter. Okay. So cutter, don't throw it over here if it's out of the zone. Actually, you could throw a cutter right here, but Some kids will just take this every time. So, you know, when I'm trying to get strikes, or I'm trying to get it in the zone, I put the cutter along the black over here, and it's really fucking hard to hit. You know, you throw it like that, and it doesn't look like it's gonna dip until it's there, right? Fuck, this is oh, by the way, if you pick a pitch and you don't want to do it anymore, just press L1. Okay, so I'll pick a sinker, I press L1, he steps off the mound. So, boom, you can throw your cutters here along the black, and that's only if they're not swinging at shit. Just start throwing it on the black. If you can avoid throwing it in the zone, just throw it over here. This is, you know, the cutter's very simple. Of course, it's making me throw it in the zone. I don't know what that is, but you know the concept. This should help you out. And you can throw it low, just like the sinker, to get grounders and shit. But yeah, throw it along here. And then again, like for a strikeout type thing, throw it right here. And it's gonna hit the black if you're good, not like me, right? So boom, that's really it. And I think I said this before, but make sure you're throwing it to the high spots if they're really, you know, hyper aware. Sliders, sliders you can use like a changeup. So, you know, you can throw it down here, and it looks really good to swing at. Okay, but I usually, you know, if I have a changeup, I'll throw it down there. I'll get to that in a second. But the slider, you just want to throw it along here. Like, that's really it. You can throw it high, but I feel like the higher I throw a slider, the more likely it is to get in the zone and hang, right? So if I throw it up here, like, look, I'll trace this perfectly and do this perfectly. Okay, well, I guess, I don't know. It gets risky when you throw it up there. All right, so I like to throw it along here. Usually fucks kids up. You never want to throw it over here. I mean, you could, again, some people do swing at this when you throw it over here. I'll throw it over here. It's also harder to, okay, like, it's very hard to aim when you do it over there. Yeah, you want to use it as a changeup down here if you have to, and then you can use it along this side, right? And this is for a right-handed pitcher, okay? If it's a left-handed, obviously it's going to go the other way. Then the changeup, if, right, like I said before, you want to make sure that you're trying to stay away from the zone, but let's say he's not swinging and you're trying to make him swing for the future, you can throw a changeup right here. It's really fucking hard to, like, it's really fucking hard to hit. Believe it or not, right? These changeups are really hard to hit right in here. But I try to stay away from throwing them in the zone. Do not throw a changeup up here, because you're going to get your shit fucked up. And that's a tip. If you want to throw any breaking, or if you want to throw any, like, off-speed pitch, don't fucking, you know what I'm saying? Don't throw it up here, all right? Bare minimum, that's just the one thing you don't do. If you know, if it's hard to do the things I'm telling you, just make sure you don't do this shit, all right? Okay, make sure you don't do this shit. But yeah, you want to throw the pitch in the dirt. That's where I usually throw my changeups, and of course I throw it over there. You want to throw that bitch in the dirt. You could throw it along here, but this is for people who are swing happy. Throw that bitch in the dirt, okay? And it looks like it's in the zone every time. And if the player isn't as good, he's gonna swing at this shit pretty much every single fucking time. Like, yeah, bro. Early on, I was getting kids with this shit. Now it's a little bit harder, but it's still a strikeout pitch in my opinion. Throw that changeup low, okay? Then onto the curveball. Curveball is tricky. I probably give up the most home runs throwing curveballs, but it doesn't mean they're useless. You know what I mean? It's still a useful pitch. I like to throw it over here, okay? But the thing is, if you fuck this up slightly, like, I'll throw it over here. If you fuck the pitch up slightly, okay, that's still actually a decent pitch. But it could go up here, and you could get your shit smoked. But throwing it along the side like this is actually very effective, because it's in the zone until right here. Like, it's fucking crazy. So, I mean, that's a really good pitch. And then throwing it in the dirt, obviously, this is another strikeout pitch. But a lot of people don't swing at that because you can see the curveball rise out of their hand. And it's really easy to tell when someone's throwing a curveball. So, it's probably the least effective pitch in my opinion. Unless you're using a really tall pitcher like Wainwright. I like to bring on Wainwright and throw my curveballs. Dude, the bitch goes from up here down to down here like in a fucking millisecond. It's crazy, bro. So if you have Wainwright, definitely abuse curveballs. They're more effective on different pitchers. That's probably one of the pitches I noticed like the most change in, like, between pitchers. Like, Wainwright's curveball is insane, but like a curveball on Corbin isn't that great in my opinion. And then if you really want to throw a curveball in the zone, just throw it here. But I mean, it might not work. I think I'm gonna show you all the settings for pitching. I don't really know if there are any crazy settings, but I'll look into it. Yeah, pinpoint pitching view. I like to use strike zone. I see most people using a strike zone type camera. The only person that I see like not use a strike zone type camera, like looking at the pitching from the batter's point of view, like I was, is McGunsky. He looks at the batter from the mound. That's the only guy I've seen, but maybe I just haven't seen enough like good players do that. But for me, strike zone is the way I do it. That's the way I see most people do it. Pitch trail on. If it's off, I don't really know what you're doing. Right, you want this on. I mean, you get to see where you're aiming it. If it's off, it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. And if there's a way, I didn't even know this, but apparently, vibration is on by default. If you can find a way, I don't know how I did it, but if you can find a way to turn off your vibration, and I don't think you could do it in this game, but if you go to your main menu, you might be able to turn it off. All vibration does in video games, unless you're playing like a story game or something, is fuck you up, right? And especially in this game, when you're aiming in the corners or whatever, the vibration is gonna fuck your shit up. Okay, so go to the main menu. It's probably on every console somewhere to turn off the vibration, because not everyone likes vibration. So turn that off if you really want the best pitching advantage. Pitch confidence on, pitch delay. I mean, this is all bullshit right here, but hopefully this helps you pitch at least with Corbin. I can't really cover every pitcher, or else this video would be fucking crazy, right? But you know, just for the basic pitcher that most people have. If you enjoyed, I mean, this helped you, leave a like, sub the channel. And peace.